Welcome back to HPL. We just saw RDU win an amazing game here to even this setup at 2-2. So this is match point for both these players. And you know what? I have got to believe that Greensheep is going to bring that Warlock deck again.
There's a definite possibility of it. I mean, we talked about when players have their back against the wall, they will tend to go with strategies that they historically have played a lot. And if there's one thing that's right up Greensheep's alley, it's going to be an aggressive deck.
Yeah, I fully expect to see him get aggressive here, try to put RDU on that back foot and really try to take advantage of him, because if he keeps queuing up this warrior deck, you can push through a ton of damage before they find all the pieces of their combo.
Yeah, he's queued up 3 times in a row now, so maybe Warlock is exactly the strategy he needs to take care of RDU in this matchup. I mean, it's kind of anyone's guess at this point, though. I mean, this is really an interesting spot here for RDU. I mean, when he queues up 3 times in a row, you have to believe he's going to queue it up again, but we're going to find out as Game 5 is getting underway. One of these guys is picking up a win, and the other one is picking up a match lost in this game.
Yeah, use that hashtag HPL. Let us know what you think they're going to play, what you think they're going to do here in this match, and who do you think is going to win. And I don't think anyone would have thought RDU was going to do this aggressive Paladin deck.
Yeah, this is a really, really drastic change up from what we saw. I mean, that was a Divine Favor in his opening hand. I'm not just imagining things, right?
No, that was a Divine Favor in his opening hand. You know what? It looks like Greensheep did go back to that Warlock deck.
Yeah, I love that he's swapping over to more resilient aggression, but if there's a way that can stop this, it is
Shielded
turn 1
Minibot.
Shielded Minibot.
This card is so good in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm going to put a ton of pressure on Greensheep, and, you know, talk about resilient threats. That is one of the best ones that's out there.
When you're playing a turn 1 Flame Imp into, you know, Direwolf Alpha kind of cards and Nerubian Egg, Shielded Minibot is just the face of terror.
Yeah, so it's going to be able to clear up this Flame Imp here, and then plenty of plays to move forward. But this, I mean, this Nerubian Egg is very threatening to RDU right now. And one of the things he's thinking about is how much Abusive Sergeant makes a big difference in this one. Greensheep's going to have 2 Nerubian Eggs on his next turn if he doesn't draw anything super important. So, you know, where does he actually go from here to get this game under control? It looks like he's going to go with Leper Gnome and Argent Squire.
This actually leaves Greensheep with a pretty sweet play here if he wants to. He can Direwolf Alpha. Oh, now he has Abusive Sergeant, so this is actually better. He's going to get to take care of the Shielded Minibot instead of just a Leper Gnome.
Draw from him, and actually RDU has no way to check this 4-4 this turn. So, you know, this game plan could quickly start getting out of control. Second Shielded Minibot's going to help him in the future, but right now, this Abusive Sergeant trade here, only favorable one he's got, he's going to be facing down a second Nerubian here this next turn.
Yeah, this Consecration, again, it's getting kind of checked by what Greensheep's doing. He's got this Nerubian Egg sitting on the board, but now he's going to open up this egg as well.
Yep. So it looks like he's going to be trading into that Leper Gnome there and this other 5 damage. I mean, I would not be surprised to see it go for the Dome. He loves to apply pressure.
He is applying a ton here.
Iron Beguile's a little bit late, but Consecration's going to clear up this board pretty darn nicely.
Yeah, he had kind of a bad concentration going forward, but that turn was great for him. This made it so much better.
Yeah, but now Bane of Doom is open for Greensheep, and I have to believe that this is the play. I mean, this single demon could really turn this game around. Something like Jiraxxus, Imp Gang Boss, not
a bad
quite,
one.
but
not
you know,
a bad one in this matchup.
He does have a good trade into this Argent Squire now. He's going to have complete control over the board. He might want to push damage here, though. Yep, I like the trade here, though. Play around all the tools that RDU is going to have available to him, and it was so important that he did because he just drew Blessing of Kings.
Yeah, and RDU is going to have a pretty good next turn as well. There's going to be left the 4-1 Nerubian. RDU with a Knife Juggler are going to get a couple chances to pick it off for free.
Yeah. So there's going to be a 1-1 Imp now, but Greensheep, he's going to be drawing 2 cards a turn now, and this is really where Warlock starts to become very dangerous, is when you go in these card-for-card battles, they have so many ways to step things up and make sure they apply pressure throughout the entirety of the game. You have to very efficiently answer everything moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, great draws here from Greensheep, getting to apply a little extra pressure with a Knife Juggler juggles, and then he's got a couple extra minions as well. RDU on the back foot again.
Yeah, but, you know, True Silver Champion here. He's got Knife Juggler and Iron Beguile. Shut off that Knife Juggler. Make sure it's not juggling to any of his minions, and got 2 chances, like you said, to pick off this 4-1.
He's got 2 chances to pick off this 4-1. He really needs this to happen.
Now he's got 3 chances to pick off a minion here. Ooh, gets
not bad. You know, he wanted the Nerubian there, but getting that Knife Juggler was still pretty great.
Back-to-back implosions could be potentially backbreaking in this.
It's huge that he got that Knife Juggler, by the way. These implosions would have been backbreaking for RDU.
Now, something that actually is really interesting, though, is he going to trade both of his minions here? I don't think he wants to trade the 4-1 Nerubian in this spot, and now Blessing of Kings is going to get opened up.
Yeah, this Blessing of Kings, plus he's going to be able to get a little life back from a True Silver Champion if he wants it. But Muster for Battle, actually not terrible on this board either.
No, it's certainly not. I mean, a lot of things going for Greensheep's way, and the Muster for Battle going to give him more minions to put on pressure on the board here, and then this Blessing of Kings afterwards going to make sure that he can continue to run over everything here. I have to imagine he's going to 9 here with this Muster for Battle, and then looking to try to close the game out from there. But it's always scary when your opponent's drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of cards in their deck that can really turn this game around. In their next draw, and they get 2 draws at it.
No, gonna pick off this 4-1 and now 2-1. I mean, this is a sticky situation for Greensheep. Power Overwhelming gets drawn, not enough this turn, but that's 6 points of damage. This implosion going to be very critical.
Yeah, I was about to say if he drew something with charge there,
Doomguard.
Yeah,
Doomguard would have been
Doomguard,
perfect.
he would have been able to kill him there. Yeah.
Implosion. This has to be aimed at the 5-4. I mean, where else can you possibly point it?
Well, it matters if he wants to get this Void Color in play. Thinks if he can survive through this turn. But yeah, you're gonna have to play it safe and play the Implosion here.
Rolls a 3.
Not
Can't be
bad.
unhappy about that. Trades in 1 damage there. And then this, I mean, is he worried about Quartermaster at all? That's something that he has to be thinking about.
Yeah, I think you just have to do this here. You do have Power Overwhelming in your hand, but RDU is going to either trade back or try to kill you from the spot.
South Sea deckhand, even in this Paladin deck, trying to push through every single point of damage he can. So now it's a matter of whether or not the 1-1 pressure that RDU is going to be added to the board can make up for the fact that Greensheep's drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah, Greensheep, he's going to have to be careful with his card draws against this True Silver Champion, though. He can't get too low. Even though this is the 2nd True Silver Champion, you have to believe that there might be some form of reach here in RDU's deck. You've seen stuff like, you've already seen a Consecration. There's another one possibly in this deck. And you may see something like Avenging Wrath. That is something that has made their way into this deck before.
I mean, Blessing of Kings really spells out his game plan. He's been super aggressive with it right now, and it's going to be a matter of whether or not he favors trading or favors damage onto his opponent's face to try to get the job done. South Sea deckhand going to drop him to 12, but sitting behind a True Silver Champion in a muster for battle, I don't think he's very comfortable with his board position.
Yeah, I don't think he's super comfortable with his board position either. He's going to save himself some mana here and put this True Silver Champion in play. I think he's going to do it. I would kind of think I think I like doing this because if Greensheep has a couple cards left in his hand next turn and you draw something to draw yourself some extra cards here, then you're going to be able to utilize that mana as well.
This draw is actually really big now that he's got that Void Terror in hand. I mean, say he drew something like Mal'Ganis off of this next life tap. Void Color plus Void Terror could be absolutely devastating. But does he want to life tap when he's this low? I mean, he's looking at 7 points of damage right now.
Yeah, that would actually get him to 1. That means RDU would only have to find, it would get him, I'm sorry, he'd go down 10 and then he has 7 points. He'd only have to find 3 damage behind that, and stuff like, Hammer of Wrath is lethal.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he doesn't even have to life tap this turn. Maybe just the Void Terror and the Void Collar is enough.
Yeah, he may just play the Void Terror first here, so he doesn't have to, eat anything and just get this Void Collar into play. Because if he can get a minion left over, this Power Overwhelming might be able to win him the game.
Yeah, I actually kind of like playing the Void Terror.
Just making a giant
Void Terror.
Terror.
Absorbing the Void Collar. I mean, your opponent has to invest everything in it if they want to kill this, and if they don't kill it, they're dead.
Yeah, it's a great play here from Greensheep.
I don't think he's going to life tap. I think he's going to try to keep his life total as high as he possibly can. Doesn't want to be able to die to anything.
Yeah, I would never life tap here. Oh, Iron Beak Owl,
wow.
What a top deck here from RDU. Great answer for the Void Terror.
That is about a picture-perfect card. I mean, Aldor Peacekeeper, I think, would have been good as well, but has to feel comfortable now that he's got the board advantage. Greensheep 4-went the life tap there. I mean, what can he actually draw to win this game at this point? He can't couple Power Overwhelming with a Doomguard at this point. Yep, and I actually like that RDU is just going to go for face here, too. I mean, I guess Doomguard, if the Void Terror sticks around.
Yeah, I have to believe that RDU is going to take care of this Void Terror, but I think he's deciding whether he wants to use his minions or his face. If he wants to go up to 10 versus, taking the 3 and then going back up, taking the 3 down to 5, going back up to 7. Yep.
This game is getting super tense now. RDU's at 7. A Greensheep, he cannot afford to life tap this turn. I mean, I think he has to life tap this turn to get something done. Knife Juggler gets picked up.
Yeah, he's already used both his implosions though, so he doesn't have a great card to draw.
Yeah, he's going to drop to 7. I think he needs some. I think he has to draw something like Defender of Argus to sit behind.
Yeah, he has to draw something. Yeah, Dr. Boom's
Dr. Boom's
not
not enough.
do it.
That's it.
RDU's going to win. Yeah.
RDU going to take this game with an aggressive Paladin deck and very timely draws for him so far this match. That Iron Beak Owl was backbreaking.
That Iron Beak Owl was absolutely perfect on the top, and good queue up from RDU here. He knew Greensheep was going to change his ways and kind of target that Warrior deck that he's been playing for the last 3 games in a row, and then he throws a curveball himself.
Yeah, Greensheep not happy about the result of this match, and I can't blame him either. I mean,
Felt so close, so many turns.
So close. He's just right on the cusp of winning every single time. He's going to do his best to stay alive here, but just no way to do it. I mean, Power Overwhelming on the Boombox to try to take out one of these 2 power minions, but behind True Silver Champion, can't get anything done.
Yeah, he even gets to take care of one of the 2 power minions, Abusive Sergeant, just in case he would have been the 2 damage short. So, yeah, RDU is going to pick up his first match here in HPL.
Yeah, first match and first win. What a performance from him. And gosh, love the strategies that both these guys queued up. I mean, this is something that you see happen when both people are queuing really well. The matches will often go to 5 games. And the fact that Greensheep, mixed it up a little bit, love that he's done that. Play aggressive, but, kind of go back and forth between your aggressive decks, between all-in and between the resilient strategies, and then, of course, mixing in Druid to try to get the job done as well. It's just the fact that RDU had everything to answer almost anything at every step of the way. Yeah,
I love the queue-ups from both players here. You know what? I got to say, good job, Greensheep. You did lose your match, but you queued up very, very well. Threw in a couple adjustments there. Maybe, one more would have been good enough to get you through the win. But again, just a great match from both of them. They went to 5 games. It was well played on both sides, and you got to feel a little bit for Greensheep. He felt like he was so close to winning this match multiple times.
Yeah, I just loved his play in the last turn as well, but Ironbeak Owl just too much to pull that damage away. Guys, when we come back, we're going to have an interview with RDU, get his insights into his strategy and how he tackled this matchup versus Greensheep, and of course, get his thoughts here on his first match in HPL. Don't go anywhere, guys. When we come back, that interview. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.